Hello, math friends. It's Miss Christal here in our virtual math classroom. Today we are continuing on with division. This week is our last week studying this concept. There'll be 2 video lessons this week, and then next week will be a review of both division and multiplication. So please watch both videos to learn these concepts, and then we're done with that unit. It's crazy, but I'm excited. I'm happy you're all understanding this. So let's start. When we learned about multiplication, we learned that it was repeated addition. If it was 2 times 3, it was 2 plus 2 plus 2. If it was 3 times 3, it was 3 plus 3 plus 3. You remember that. And you should also remember me saying that division is closely related to multiplication in the same way that addition and subtraction are related. So if multiplication was repeated addition, what do you think division is? If you can read behind my head, that's the right answer. Repeated subtraction. So that's what we're going to do today. And if you can remember back to my division lesson, my multiplication lesson, you'll remember that we used a number line to do repeated addition. We're going to do the exact same thing with subtraction. So follow along. We're going to go through a couple examples. We're going to go through one sheet together, and then I'm going to assign you another sheet, and I'm going to go through the instructions. So please watch this video, make sure that you get the instructions right and understand the concept. As always, if you have trouble with this, don't hesitate to reach out to your teachers. We are available all day long waiting for you to have questions. So let's get started. So we are going to start off with a word question. So I'm just going to put that up there. There. Okay, so our word problem today says, Kaylee and 9 friends want to ride a roller coaster. Each car on the roller coaster holds 2 kids. So how many cars do the friends need to ride? So they all want to ride together. So the first thing we always do is figure out what our important information is. So take a second, what's our important information? Okay, well, I see a number here. It says 9. 9 friends. So I'm going to underline that. 9 friends. That's important. And then each car on the roller coaster holds 2 kids. Is that it? Is that all? Okay, we'll see. So first of all, we need to figure out, in our division sentence, we need to figure out what our big altogether number is. So what number are we dividing? Now your first guess, right off the bat, might be 9. Think about, why did you think 9? Well, 9 is the first number, and it's the biggest number in the question. So it should be. But is that right? This is a little tricky. So if you can get this, that's awesome. Is 9 right? No, because Kaylee and 9 friends. You can't forget Kaylee. She wants to go on the roller coaster too. She would be really left out if you forgot her. So is our big altogether number 9? No. This is an awesome example of making sure you always read the question. So 10 is our big altogether number. And what number are we dividing it by? 10 friends, 2 per car, 2 in a group. So 10 divided by 2. And some of you already can probably be like, 10 divided by 2 is? I'm not going to tell you, obviously. But today we're going to learn how to use repeated subtraction to find the answer. So we are talking about groups always with division. And we are going in groups of 2. We have our big altogether number as 10, and we're going in groups of 2. So what we need to do is figure out what we're subtracting by. Now, think about it. Think of a big group of 10 kids. 4, 6, 8, 10. In order to make my groups, what have we been doing every time? We've been taking out and making a group, taking out and making a group. So this big altogether number is getting smaller. So we are subtracting 2 each time. 2, 2, 2 to make our groups. So we can show that on a number line. We start at 10 and we say, okay, we're at 10. 10 kids all stand in line for this roller coaster, and 2 get into a car. 1 space, 2 space, a jump. 2 get into a car. Grade 3s, please remember that when we're doing number lines, we jump on top. I have never taught you, this is IQ has never taught you, Mrs. Campbell has never taught you to jump under the line. So if you jump under the line, you will be asked to redo. Make sure you're jumping on top. Anyway, so you had your 10 kids in line, 2 got out of line and got into a car. Now we're down to 8 kids in the line. Then we're gonna say, okay, 2 more kids got on. Now we're going down to 6 kids left in the line. Then 2 more get on. Now we're down to 4 kids in the line. 2 more kids get on. Now we have 2 kids left in line. Those kids get onto the roller coaster and make it to 0. This means we have no kids left in the line. Can we jump again? No. So now what we do is we count how many times we jumped, and that's how many cars. So 2 kids got in this car, so we had 10. We had 10, and then we took away 2 kids. We took away 2 kids. We took away 2 kids. We took away. We took away. How many times could we do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 kids divided into 2 people a car is 5. 5 cars they needed to ride the roller coaster together. Okay, so it's the same as repeated addition, just backwards, and you're going till you get to 0, until you used up your whole big number. We're just gonna do a couple more of these, and then we're going to move to the sheet. So if you already understand, you get the number lines, skip over and go to the sheet. If you don't, you want more examples, let's do it together. Okay, so now I'm gonna say, without a big long question, 12 divided by 3. And if we want to use a number line because that makes the most sense, then let's draw a number line. Okay, so you might be wondering, where do I start my number line? I guess start your number line, and where do I end my number line? Well, for this, we're always going to start at 0, and we're always going to end at our big altogether number. I'm kind of cutting myself off here. Oh well. And then you're going to go up or down by ones, just to make this easier on ourselves. Okay, so now that I have 12 divided by 3, you're starting at our big altogether number, and we're going backwards, the opposite of multiplication, going backwards. So we have 12. And what are we going down by? To figure that out, you look at your second number. We're going down by 3s. So I'm going to start at 12 and I'm going to count 3. 1, 2, 3. That's my first jump. You're counting the spaces, or you can do the lines. 1, 2, 3. Jump 2. 1, 2, 3. And last one. Now, ask yourself, if you don't get to 0, did you do your jumping right? No, you're gonna have to go back and see where you made the mistake. So I've got my 12, I've gone down by 3s each time. What would be my answer then? How many times did I go down by 3? 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps. I did 4 jumps. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. Okay, I'm gonna do another example using repeated subtraction, which might be a strategy that works for some of you as well. Okay, now let's say I have 16 divided by 4. And you want to do subtraction. So we can go 16. We're taking away how many each time? 4. So 16 take away 4 is 12. Good. Then we go to 12. 12 take away 4 is 8. Good job. 8 take away 4 is 4. Good. 4 take away 4 is 0. Awesome. Now we're going to count. How many times could I subtract 4 till I got to 0? 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I could take 4 away 4 times. So 16 divided by 4, 16 divided by 4 is 4. And that's how you would use repeated subtraction for a division question. Now I'm going to set up the document camera for the page 181. There's kids skipping on the top, so please follow along with that page. Okay, here we are. So this is page 181. Make sure you're on the right page. So our goal is to make equal groups using repeated subtraction. Same thing we were just doing. So 25 students skip rope in groups of 5. What's the important information? Our big altogether number we know is 25 students. We know we're making groups of 5. So when we're going down in subtraction, we're starting at 25, and how many are we going down each time? 5. Good. So the question then asks, how many groups of students are there? Solve the problem using repeated subtraction. So we are going to make, let's just use repeated subtraction, the same way I did on the 16 divided by 4. So we're going to start with, well, this is our division sentence. We know that. Let's start with that. I'm trying to find what that blank is. So we're going to start with 25, and we're going to subtract how many? 5. 25 take away 5 is 20. Good. 20 take away 5 equals, it's like just counting backwards by 5s. 20 take away 5 is 15. Good. 15 take away 5, that one should be easy, is 10. 10 take away 5 is 5. And don't stop there, we have to get to 0. 5 take away 5 equals 0. Good. Now what's our next step? Do you remember? It is to count how many times we could take away 5. We did it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We could make 5 groups. And hey, we did this already, so let's just copy our division sentence for the problem down here. Awesome. So yeah, that's as simple as that. Start with your big altogether number, take away what number we're dividing by until you get to 0, count how many times you did it. That's your answer. Bing, bang, boom. Number 2 says, Lisa's walkway has 20 stones. She jumps a number of stones at a time. Use the number line to show the number of jumps that Lisa makes. Then write a division sentence. So do we have our big altogether number? Yep, right there. That's where we're starting. And then we're going to look at A. So Lisa jumps 5 stones at a time. So we're trying to get down to 0. So she's jumping 5 at a time. How many skips are we going to make, or how many are we going to go down? 5 each time till we get to no more stones. So we're going to go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a dot there. That's 1 jump. Then we're going to count 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a dot there. That's a jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a dot there. That's a jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 0. So how many times did she jump? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we started at 20. It's our big altogether number. We went down by 5s. So we jumped 5 stones at a time. We divide by 5. 20 divided by 5 groups equals 4. 5 in a group, 4. 4 is our answer. Now let's try it. Lisa jumps 4 stones at a time. Did we change where she starts? No, we're still at 20. Now we're going down 4 at a time. So be careful when you're counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm not doing my jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. To 0. Sorry, that's supposed to be at 0. Okay, so I'm starting at 20, my big altogether number. We're jumping 4 stones at a time, so groups of 4. So how many groups? How many times did she jump? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, do you see anything funny about these two? 20 divided by 5 is 4, and 20 divided by 4 is 5. Remember how I said they could be reversed? Because they're a fact family. Cool. All right, that was pretty quick. So now I'm going to show you what I'm asking you guys to do. I would like you to do page 182 on your own. I'm going to go through it really quickly just so that you know the steps, and then we are done. So number 3 says, figure out each quotient. What's a quotient, Ms. Christal? That's the answer. Remember? Using repeated subtraction. So if I just see a bunch of answers here, that's not what we're asking. I want to see the work on this line to show repeated subtraction. So I'm going to show you exactly what I want. 6 divided by 2. So I'm starting with my 6. And how many are we grouping together each time? 2. So we're taking away 2 each time. 6 take away 2 is 4. Good. Then can we keep going? Yes. So 4 take away 2 is 2. Good. 2 take away 2, whoops, equals 0 is already my answer. Okay, and then my answer is how many times I could take away 2? 1, 2, 3 times. So you saw how much room that took for me. So if you need to extend, that's okay. That's what you're doing for each of these questions. I want to see the work. Number 4 says, create and solve a story problem about 8 divided by 2. You guys have done story problems before, and then it says use a number line to solve the problem. You guys, do the second part of the question. I had to hand so many things back last week because people did not read the second part of a question. You need to create this and solve a story problem, figure out what it equals. There's a story problem here you can use as an example. There's a story problem here you can use as an example, or you can use any of the story problems from last week as an example. So write your story problems. Remember, they always have groups and a big altogether number. And then show your work on this number line. Next, it says, which subtraction has a related division sentence? How do you know? So look at this one. We're starting at 10. We're going down by 5. We're going down by 5. Here we're starting at 10. We're going down by 5. Then we're going down by 4. Then we're going down by 1. Which one is correct to show a division sentence, and why? Why? How do you know? That's going to get, if you can answer the why, that's what gets an advancing grade, is if you can tell me why the math is doing what it's doing. Why is one of these wrong? So my friends, that's it. That's all that is division by repeated subtraction. Tune into the next video where I'm going to explain how multiplication and division are related, and we're going to draw some more arrays. Again, if you have problems or questions or any kind of a challenge, please call your teacher. It's not embarrassing to have to Zoom call us. We are literally sitting in our houses or in my empty classroom waiting to talk to you. So please call if you need us. Bye.